Can you name me a time where in NBA history, a player left the championship quality team, wore the number 13 and became the number 1 option on his team? So we're talking about an MVP quality player, one of the greatest of all times. He's a shooting guard, correct? It's Jordan Poole. So, first things first, we're going to talk about the Washington Wizards today. They're my team. I'm not going to do a preview for every single team, but the Wizards are the team I support. So today, I'm going to be talking about why I think the Washington Wizards could surprise a few people this year. Next to me, I've got the Bucks versus the Bulls. I don't really care about this game. I just want to see Damian Lillard play for the Bucks. So it's a preseason game. Just going to be glancing slightly towards my right. But they're not the important ones today. The important team is the Washington Wizards. First things first, we've had a really tumultuous offseason. We've dashed out Tommy Shepard, we've dashed out Bradley Beal, and we've brought in a brand new front office with a new scheme and a new way of thinking. So, we've got Michael Winger, we've got Will Dawkins. These two players seem like they have their heads screwed on perfectly. Michael Winger's in the back acting like a GM, like a president should. You know, president of the entire monumental basketball association. The whole, like, he's a president. He's running the sports part of that. Whether that be looking at the Washington Mystics, whether that be looking at the Washington Wizards. But he's running the basketball segment and pushing us forward from a business and basketball perspective. Will Dawkins is that basketball analytical brain that came up with numerous ideas and ended up with us picking Bilal Coulibaly, a player I love to have because he's an experiment and because we're just heading into our rebuilding phase. It took a while for them to choose whether they wanted to rebuild, which fair enough. We did have a star level player, not a superstar. Bradley Beal was nowhere near a superstar, but he is a star in the NBA. And inevitably they picked to rebuild. They shipped off Bradley Beal to the Suns, Chris Poole, and I had a heart attack. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, we just shipped off one of the greatest players to ever play for our organization, and we got a 38-year-old Chris Poole. And then he flipped Chris Poole for Jordan Poole. And I can't wait for Jordan Poole. I feel like Jordan Poole has a lot to prove in the same way James Harden had a lot to prove when he arrived on the Houston Rockets. You know, they're coming from championship quality teams. They're both 6 men. And now it's their turn to finally get to grips with the team and make this team their own. So Jordan Poole definitely has the opportunity to excel and show us why he can truly become one of the best scorers in this league. He has the capability to make the most tough shots, and I feel like now it's his team. Now he has the opportunity to take the shots he needs to take and not just take the scrappy shots that are left over. I feel like he can really excel and prove to us that JP13 isn't just here for the 6th Man of the Year accolades. He's here to take over the entire league. Now, from a schematic point of view, the Wizards aren't exactly about to rebuild right now. I mean, we still have Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma and Denny Avdia and Delon Wright and Tyus Jones. These are players that provide winning to your team, especially a player like Tyus Jones and, in my opinion, Delon Wright. If we were looking to go straight into rebuilding mode, tank straight away, Tyus Jones would not be on our team. Tyus Jones should really be in a contender, if you're being honest. He's an amazing backup point guard just because his hands are so safe. He could even be an amazing starting point guard. He's our starting point guard, really. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Tyus Jones can do with Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole's taken the opportunity to introduce himself to Bilal Coulibaly, a rookie, and make him know that he's the mentor here. He has the championship aura like Kyle Kuzma. We have 2 championship winning players, especially Jordan Poole being so important for that Warriors team off the bench in that final series against the Boston Celtics, that it's looking like we're going to have a really fun team this year. Now, we're not going to get above 30 wins. We're not getting above 30 wins. We probably won't even make the play-in tournament. But the thing is, this draft class, Martaz Bucelis, DJ Wagner, Bronny James, if you will, Harper, these are players that aren't going to take us to the next level next season. So even if we do end up with a high pick, we're still probably going to be a very high lottery team next season as well. And I reckon we will probably trade Kyle Kuzma to a team more contending because, you know, Kyle Kuzma deserves to contend for another title. he should really be contending for another title. We just gave him that contract out of thank you for everything you've done for us so far. Thank you for staying loyal to us so far. Time for you to go next season and see what's out there so you can win a championship. I love Kyle Kuzma. But then next season, Cooper Flag is in the draft. Cooper Flag. Now, if you don't know about Cooper Flag, what are you doing? Are you watching any basketball? He is in high school right now. He's going Duke next year. I think he's committed. I don't know if he's actually officially committed, but he looks like a Duke player. You know, he has that arrogance. He has that flair. He has that mentality of, I do not give a damn who's in front of me. I will block their shots. I will play amazing defense. I will knock down 3-pointers, 2-pointers, inside, layup, dunk, everything. He has that aura. I hate to use that word, but he has that aura. So hopefully next season we can really try make a push for that #1 pick, because I can't wait to see Cooper Flag in the NBA. But for this season, I would be happy with, I wouldn't mind the playing tournament plays, because I mean, it means that we get a worse player in the draft, and if we get a slightly worse player, that gives us more opportunity to get a player like Cooper Flag. I know a lot of people want us to do really bad or to do really good. I don't mind an in-between season again, just for one season, just because we know what direction we're heading in. And as long as we know what direction we're heading in, next season we can actually push forward to that direction, get superstar quality talent on our team, especially with people drafting in our team like Will Dawkins. It's inevitable that we'll get a superstar talent, not a player like, who was our last draft pick? Corey Kispert. I like Corey Kispert, to be fair to him. Then you have DR. Yeah, but I mean, Rui Hachimura, traded him away for a sandwich and 2 second-round picks. Silly stuff. So, to summarize, the Wizards have an amazing front office now. Love Michael Winger and Will Dawkins. We have an amazing player that could become a superstar level player in Jordan Poole. We have a great complementary star in Kyle Kuzma, Light Skin Society. You know what it is. And I feel like this season is a transition year, and the next season will be the season we look to fully rebuild our team. But anyways, let me know what you think about the Washington Wizards this year. I think we're going to be okay-ish. Maybe better than the Pistons, but like worse than the Rockets. You know, that type of territory. But hopefully we can be fun, because I'm really looking to be fun. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you, man, in a bit. Boom.